Today we are going to be exploring Natasha Denona, the mini star palette, which is derivative of her larger star palette. Hello makeup lovers, it's Nicole Dominique from Nicole Beauty Co. We are going to be exploring the Natasha Denona mini star palette, currently retailing for $25 at Sephora. We are going to discuss the per gram cost, the comparison between that and a larger palette of hers, Sunset. We are going to talk about some of the new products that I'm using, including Laura Mercier Eye Basics Eyeshadow Primer in Linen. We are going to discuss packaging and price point. Now, I'm pretty heavily tattooed, but we're going to do some swatches anyway. Finger. We have some other new products that we are trying out. I have primed my face with Prime Light Strobing Effect Pore Minimizing Primer from Milani. That retails for $5.99 for 30 milliliters, which puts the milliliter cost at 19 cents. At $28 at Sephora, we are also exploring the Eye Basics Laura Mercier Eye Primer in Linen. Beautiful acrylic. Classic doe foot. And I also have a second one along with a bag that I'm going to give, although these did not come together. This is a Charlotte Tilbury cotton makeup bag. It says, give a woman the right makeup and she can conquer the world. But because I don't use makeup bags, I'm going to do a giveaway for this. I'll announce the winners on social media on December 2nd, so keep your eyes peeled. And as with all my giveaways, you do have to follow the rules, which I detail in the description, so be sure to check that out. And we're going to do another look with our Natasha Denona Mini Star Palette, retailing at Sephora for $25. 5 pans, each at 0.08 grams, at a whopping $62.50 a gram. All right, we're going to do a basic smoky eye. We're going in with the darkest shade of brown. And what I'm doing is I'm taking my airbrush crease brush from Sephora. I'm stippling that up. I'm making sure that some of the shadow shows because I have hooded eyes above the crease. And just stippling back and forth across the eyeball itself in a halo shape. Next, I'm taking my E25 Sigma blending brush, and I'm going to take the light beige color as my transition shade, and I'm putting that directly over the upper part of the dark brown. And then just a few back and forth swipes just to make sure that's fully blended. Now the lighter of the earth tones in this particular palette, I feel has a lot more pigment payoff than it looks like. It looks like a relatively light shade in the palette, but on the eyelids it's very dark pigmented. And when I'm going back and forth with that transitional shade, I'm making sure I'm not going all the way up because I want to preserve the negative space at the arch of the brow, but I am swirling it into the front of the brow. Next, using a pointed e.l.f. smudger brush, I'm going to take a little more of that very dark brown on the waterline and smudge that in. Next, using an e.l.f. angled brush, I'm going in with this beige tone. And I'm going to be popping that into the corner and smudging outward towards my nose. In order to create cohesion, I'm going to drag that shade from my teardrop back to my waterline to meet the dark brown tone. And taking an E35 blending brush, I am also going to go in with this light shimmer. I'm going to pack it under the arch of my eyebrow only. And finally, using some Laura Mercier loose powder in translucent, I am going to fill in the rest of the space underneath the brow and drag that down into the eyeshadow, and then around the edges just to soften them up just a little bit. Next, using my Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid liner in black, I'm going to do my upper line. Because I have hooded eyes, I can't do a crazy dramatic cat's eye without changing my makeup that I've already laid down, so I don't want to do that. Using my Rock and Coal liquid eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury in the color Barbarella Brown, I'm going to use just a tad on my waterline and then smoke that out. Next, using my Charlotte Tilbury full fat lashes, we're going to put on 2 layers of mascara. And using our Lisa Eldridge velvet ribbon, we're going to do a strong red lip with our smoky eye. If you haven't seen my review and my giveaway on the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, you should check it out. As of the publishing of this video, that giveaway is still open. And I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Savage Rose lip cheat. One of the things I like to do when I'm drawing my lips is to draw my own lip over my teeth, which makes the tissue more taut, makes it easier to draw a line. Next, using my Charlotte Tilbury Swish and Pop Love is the Drug blush, we're going to do just that. We're just going to do a swish and a pop. And doing a stipple technique with your brush helps blend your edge, making it more diffused over the surface of the skin. We're going to go in with a bright pink. And using our ginormous Sigma F20, we are going to go in with a light layer of powder over our makeup using our Mercier face powder. So, my first impressions with the Natasha Denona Mini Star Palette, retailing at Sephora for $25, consisting of 5 bands of 0.08 grams apiece, and that gram price breaks down to $62.50. So this is derivative of her large full-size star palette. I think it's beautiful. I think the colors are wearable. I think it's a very lovely smoked eye look. I don't personally think that the colors are particularly unique. I think they're solid colors that you would find in the middle of the road in many different palettes. Now, one thing I would like to point out, this tone specifically, let me lift up the acrylic, this tone, I feel that tone is particularly deceiving because it really looks very blue-gray in the palette, blue-green, turquoisey. On the lid, it's brown with a very slight blue shift. So although it's a very pretty color, it does not swatch out the way it looks in that palette, so you should be aware of that. Now, I think the formula is lovely. I think it's very wearable, and I think it's extremely travel friendly. Very pretty, but I would not say I personally feel the colors are all that unique. I feel like I have almost exactly this color palette already in my Violet Voss Ride or Die, with the exception of that brown that has the blue shift in it. So in that way, I probably wouldn't buy this again because I feel the colors are very similar to something I already own. And even though the entry point at $25 is relatively low, if you compare it with the other palette that we are going to be reviewing in another video that I bought, the full size Natasha Denona Sunset palette, that one, the per gram price is $3.44 versus the per gram price of $62.50. So wowza, yes, this lets you try it if you're curious. If you're interested in the brand, for $25, you can get in and decide if you like that. But, you know, honestly, that's highway robbery on some level. That's highway robbery, I'm just saying. Long time no see. I wanted to show you what my makeup looked like after 9 hours so that you could judge the longevity of the eyeshadow and also, if you are interested, the Lisa Eldridge Velvet Ribbon Lipstick. I have not reapplied or touched up my makeup. I have done absolutely nothing, no blotting, no touch-up, no nothing. And this is what it looks like after 9 hours. Now, one of the claims of the Lisa Eldridge lipstick was that it wears away evenly. I can certainly agree with that. Certainly I have much more wear on this part of my mouth. But of course I did definitely have a meal and I drank 2 soft drinks, so there you have it. I think the eyeshadow has a little bit of a crease on this eye. I did prime with my brand new Laura Mercier Eye Basics Eye Primer. I would say I don't really have any crease that I can immediately see on the other side. I could easily take a tissue and correct these little flaws if I were needing to, say, meet somebody for drinks or do something after dinner with no real concern that my makeup is degraded to the point that I needed a full touch-up. If I was going to do a touch-up, I would blot my nose, blot my T-zone, reapply the lipstick, fix the little line in the crease of each eye socket, and I would roll. I feel it's completely acceptable for a 9-hour wear. So I just wanted to show you guys what you were getting in terms of high-end longevity of both the Lisa Eldridge Velvet Ribbon and the Natasha Denona Mini Star Palette. So let me know your thoughts and comments. Thank you so much. Have a great day.